Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to ask the question, why are you using sets with reps under 5? Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. All right, so this is probably going to trigger a few of you, but listen to me before you jump into the comment section and call me a fool. I will say, there are some instances, some workout styles, some reasonable workouts where you can use rep schemes under 5 when you're doing cluster sets of like 8x3 with a minute rest in between or whatever. There are some workouts that I've put together. What I'm talking about here, though, what I'm talking about here is intensity. What I'm talking about here is using singles, doubles, triples, 4 rep sets, very intense stuff relative to your 1 rep max, generally above 85% of your 1 rep max on the big compound movements. Why are you doing this? I'm going to tell you, unless you've built a substantial strength base, this has no benefit for you. None at all. Once you've built a substantial strength base, then yes, this is something that does have benefit for you, but not every single day. You don't do it every single day of your training. You don't do super intense work every single day of your training. So the issue I'm seeing is twofold. Not only do you have a bunch of lifters that have yet to build a substantial amount of strength, focusing on low rep sets, but they are doing it very, very frequently, thinking this is the way we build strength. When you look at different periodization programs, for the more advanced type of lift or late intermediate, there is some rhyme and some reason, some rotation, some periodization of intensity. It's not every single day. It's not all the time. It's not pedal to the metal. For those of you that have yet to build a strength base, that are chasing strength, you need to understand that what you need to do is build a broad base first. You need to spend time building everything, getting everything from head to toe as strong as humanly possible. That's a foundation. That's a fundamental. That's not something that's talked about much in strength training, but that should be your primary goal. From head to toe, getting everything as strong as you can. There's a lot of talk about weaknesses. I think this is my weakness. I think that is my weakness. Here's the way to approach weaknesses if you have not built a substantial amount of strength. Treat everything as a weakness. Treat everything as a weakness. Then you won't have to worry about what is a weakness. And when you have built a good amount of strength, when your bench is over 275, when you're squatting 315 by 5, that sort of stuff, a respectable strength level. When you get to that level, you'll start to really understand, because you've put in the time and effort, what truly is a weakness or what truly is a struggle for you. So, focus on getting everything from head to toe as strong as humanly possible with a reasonable amount of volume, not with super intensity. Now, you don't have to do 10 to 12 rep sets on everything. But you shouldn't be doing weight above 85% of your 1 rep max. Deadlift especially. Deadlift, there's rarely any good reason to go above 85% of your 1 rep max. Generally, I try to limit weekly rep volume to 25 to 30 reps for the deadlift per week. That's it. But on squats and on bench press, stick to things 5, 6, 8, 10, or even higher if you're a masochist. Stick to rep ranges that aren't 85% of your max or lower. Because if that's the bread and butter of what you're doing, you're going to struggle to build strength, because you're trying to push in these insanely intense areas and you're not getting really a lot of volume. I will add that to go back to the point about building a base, getting everything as strong as possible from head to toe. When's the last time when you saw somebody talk about building bench strength that we worried about chest strength? Okay. Most times, even myself, I talk a lot about shoulder strength, talk a lot about building general upper body strength, talk about tricep strength. But chest strength is like the redheaded stepchild of the bench world. It's often ignored. When it comes to deadlifts, Everybody's looking at hips and glutes and all this kind of happy horse shit. But when's the last time somebody told you to build some freaking strong quads? That's what I am about. Getting everything you can as strong as humanly possible. You want to build a big and strong base because you're trying to build a skyscraper, right? That skyscraper, the higher it goes, the stronger you are. You need a big, strong base. You need to get your shoulders, your traps, your arms, your bicepticons, your chesticles, all that stuff. You need to get it as strong as you can. That requires several years of intense training with a reasonable amount of volume. You're not going to build a big, strong base just by going super intense with low rep sets. That's not a plan for success. If you want to work those in occasionally, it has to be intelligently done. In some form, using some form of reasonable periodization, not just random or plugging them in. That, your training has to have a purpose. And for those of you that have not built a lot of strength, there is no point in adding them in. It serves no purpose at all. It's just wasting your time in the gym and ego bullshit. Once you get your strength up there, then yes, low rep training is definitely good for strength building to help you with building more strength, but not as building a base. You need to get your body as big as you can naturally. You need to get your arm size up, your shoulders up, your quads up. You need to get that base because a bigger muscle has the potential to be a stronger muscle. You need to get that base up. You need to get that reasonable amount of volume in. You need to spend time doing that. And only once you do that, then is it time to worry about low rep sets. And when you dive into low rep sets, don't just do it randomly, for the love of God. There is so much information out there about quality forms of periodization. Do some research. You don't just jump into low rep sets. You don't just randomly incorporate stuff like this. There's too much good information out there in the world of strength building just to randomly piece together some program. You don't know what you're doing. You're just going to do low rep sets or intense work above 85%. Don't be that guy or girl. Don't do that. Too much good information. I will say that when it comes to powerlifting as well, or strength building, one thing you guys need to get out of your head is that it's always intense work. It's always low rep work. Every week, 52 weeks a year. Nonsense. What I do with the people I coach for powerlifting and strength training is we have an off season where you train like a power builder, where you don't do intense work. And then we have a peaking season of anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks where we slowly get more intense or use heavier and heavier weight, but we use fewer and fewer a smaller amount of assistance work volume, so we're getting stronger, we're reducing fatigue. It has a point, it has a purpose. Regardless of how you do it, you need to understand that if you are interested in strength, you need to have an off season and a peaking season. You just can't gun it all year round. That's not going to be a good strategy for longevity if you want to spend a lot of years building strength. So until you build a lot of strength, don't fuck around with high intense work above 85%. Serves no value. It's usually random, and it's only going to waste your time. Use a reasonable amount of reasonable amount of volume in some quality power building program. Once you build a lot of strength, then it's time to do your research. Then it's time to be smart about your training, because in that late intermediate to advanced area of training, those years of training, you need to be smart because you're moving heavy weight and you don't want to get injured. There needs to be some structure. There needs to be some form of intelligent point in what you're doing, and you need to be able to listen to your body, and you need to have a history of training behind you to understand the demands of what you're about to undertake. So please, stop using low rep sets. Stop. Build your base, set them aside. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.